I'm Adrienne Wanamaker from Brush and Trowel, and today we're going to recreate a finish that I found on a picture on Pinterest. Great resource for finding great finishes. We are going to recreate this finish using the Proceed products Rough Regular and Rough Irregular, and we're going to use some slow dry and some dispersions to color it. And when you look at the picture, you got to kind of decode it. So what we're doing first is we're going to use a dirty white and a blue on our first layer, and then we're going to come back after that dries and we're going to apply a clean white and a yellow. So we're going to get started with mixing up some of the Proceed products and starting to apply it on the wall. Hi, now we're going to mix up the two colors that we're going to put on first. One is going to be the dirty white, which is the Rough Irregular, straight out of the bucket. It just dries to kind of a dirty white with the little dark fleckles in it, which will then kind of show through on the second coat. To do the blue, we're going to take Rough Regular texture, which I have already put into my bucket, and I use black, phthalo blue, and raw umber. The main ingredient is definitely the blue with a little bit of black to kind of tone it down, and then the raw umber gives it sort of the older blue, softens it kind of look. So anyway, then we're going to take our product and we're going to put it on our hawk, and this is how we are going to use it to apply with our trowel. Okay, so here we have our sample wall that we have in the store, and this is the one where we're going to create our finish. We've got nice crown molding and baseboard, so it gives us a real effect of what the final finish is going to look like. So we're going to start with putting on the first layer, which will be the dirty white, which is the Rough Irregular, and the blue, which is the blue tinted Rough Regular product. Alright, so once we kind of have the larger blue spots, because we don't need to put this white under everything, we're going to use it on top and kind of mush it in. But kind of the application to get the organic look is to pounce it on your product so you get more of the peaks on your trowel. And then it's kind of about moving it in a very sort of organic movement, letting it set up, running it horizontally, and then vertically. And then you can get that part where it starts kind of having the movement, the organic movement, and the thick and thin. And looking like it's very natural. You're using a very delicate touch on your trowel as well. The other thing that when you're mixing your product with the color, you don't want to over mix it, because you do want kind of those bursts of where your pigment is a little bit stronger in some areas than other. That gives you just one more level of having the natural color kind of fade in and out, and it just kind of adds one more element to the aged wall. So we can talk a little bit about the composition when we get to this point, when we've got a pretty big finish going on the wall. And what we really need to do is make sure that you step back about 4 feet and kind of look at the flow of how the white spaces are kind of pulling you through the wall. What I noticed was this one just needed a little bit more. The other part is making them all a little bit different sizes. So we've kind of got big, and we have smaller, and we have more of a shape with small. So you're really being consistently random in your sizes, because that keeps the movement going. The other thing that I noticed, like on this one, it doesn't really have the nice organic edges. So I want to go back in and create a little bit more of an organic edge around those. And it's really quite easy. You just load your trowel up and work it out. pull them down, and then you have your organic space. It's kind of nice to not have it. It's more striated in here, but you definitely, on some of your bigger pieces in the wall where they're going to be your focal point, is to keep them organic. Then when I'm building the whites, I like to have the clean white sit on top of the dirty white so you can actually notice that there's two different whites. So now we have our first layer in, and it is all dry, so we're ready to apply the second layer. We are first going to moisten it with water with a spray bottle, and then we're going to apply the rough regular, and we have two of those colors. One is the clean white, which is just the rough regular plain, and then our yellow that we have added the raw sienna and the Van Dyke brown. So we are first going to moisten it, and kind of in random sections. You don't want to moisten the whole wall all at once. Throughout the layers, so you get a little bit of translucence so you can read the blue through. So we have the finished wall here, and here's our inspiration from Pinterest. We replicated the finish using the Proceed Rough Regular and Rough Irregular products. You can find out more information about these products and how to complete the project on brushandtrowel.com.